He's already starting to accelerate out of turn number 8. And he might have just caught Anthony out there slightly. Lights out and we're down into turn 1, and he has. Fabio hangs on. Pretorius in second place. Watch for Neon coming through to try and get ahead of Leon Lopesha before we get on the brakes down into turn 2. The rest of the pack head down towards turn 1, and it's a big field of cars headed down to turn 1 and 2 out of the restart, well, the start here of race 2. Onto that back straight away. Here comes Neon onto the inside. Oh, look at the inside. Here comes the champ. Leon Lopesha's got the boxing gloves out. I think he might have had a chat to Dricus Duplessis in between the heats. Leon Lopesha forcing his teammate wide out of turn number 5 and saying, listen, this is the way you drive this BMW. Follow me, boy, I'll show you.
Take a look at this Class A racing over here. What an incredible first lap. There we've got the back end of Class C. We've got Reynard, who got promoted from Class D into that category. So it'll be his first time racing in Class C with his last year car. During practice, he actually suffered a turbo failure of his new car, so he's racing his 2023 vehicle over there.
Krobler putting the pressure on to the back end there of Nick Fisher. Fisher trying to close things down on the boxy. And then just behind that, it's Cochrane. Cochrane coming through there in the Arrow car. One of our associate sponsors, of course, of this category. Doing an amazing job, and not quite up to the pace just yet because he's behind Retta. And then Mark Jones. What a run there from Jonesy. Boxy under pressure. LaRue runs wide.
Side-by-side racing. We saw, was that Troy Cochrane and Mark Jones going side-by-side through corner 8, and now we've got 3 going wide into corner 1. Great racing happening here.
So back into that. Oh, there it is, the one we were just talking about. And look at that car. That is just South African motorsport royalty, as you said, Nick, in full flight there with Paolo Cavalieri at the wheel. That 745 in its heyday in the Westbank Modified Saloon cars was one of the most difficult cars to beat. Just have a chat to Ben Morganhood, he'll tell you all about it. I've got a couple of video clips that my dad gave me when I first started doing commentary, listening to Rob. Oh, out of shape there, one of the BMs. I think that was Mida Hilligen, maybe.
That's Alan over there.
Yeah, so again, second time today, actually. Oh, big smoke out of the 21 car. That's not good.
That's Benny Late. Is he dropping any fluids over there? It's looking a little bit concerning on the track over there. I hope he can get that off track and into a safe position.
He does. Almost instantaneously makes his way off the track and out of harm's way, fortunately. But what it does mean is it's going to change things up there ever so slightly for the front end there. Of course, we've got Neon du Toit fighting hard for the lead, and not really fighting as such. He's got a decent margin over Leon Lopesha. But that little fight that we saw there with those BMs is now going to change up dramatically. There is your leader coming up onto the back end of the back markers there. That's the 79 car, Nishan Singh. Hasn't quite got a bullet plan for him in the second race, has it?
No, not exactly wanting to see that blue flag, but when you've got a car like Neon du Toit coming up behind you, you've got to have some respect and let that thing make its way past. Check how close it's remaining on track over here. This is the great thing about race 2 with the inverted system. We've got really some great racing that's going to happen. The pack stays tight, and you can see this. We've got what, close to 8 cars in a single footing over there. We see our leader Neon du Toit trying to get past this little scrap in the middle of Class C.
Oh, Cavalieri shuts the door on the leader. Can you believe that? Take that, bud. You're not getting past that easily. I don't think Paolo realized who that was.
We can see that competitive nature certainly hasn't been lost. Doesn't matter what car's behind you, ain't getting past me.
Watch for the cars just in the background, inside line. Oh, yeah, and some contact. There you go. Everstein had a big look, and he tagged the right door. Fortunately, not forcing the car off the road completely.
And that lets Ryan Nike through. So that's going to be really dampening to Jan Everstein's hopes to take that Class C honours. Rob's going to have made up some distance right now, and Ryan's going to go into the hunting to make it 2 from 2.
There it comes, down the hill.
Looks like he suffered no damage, fortunately, with that little incident.
And here we go. Checkered flag should be on standby. It is. And it's Neon du Toit who takes the victory here for the second heat of the day for classes A and C for BMW M Performance Racing Series. Lopesha will be in second. And he'll hang on, even though he's fighting amongst some of those Class C competitors in that mid-pack. He hangs on. Pretorius, potentially for third, yes. Yes, indeed. Pretorius wins out, and that's a podium in his second race ever in BMWs. That's decent stuff there from the bucketless racing man.
He was able to withstand the heat from Fabio over there, and he certainly didn't make it easy for him. You know, he made the pass in the beginning. That must have been really tough.
No doubt about it.
So great driving from Anthony.
Yeah, what a way to go. That's the way to go. No doubt about it. It's the way we want to see things happening here, I can tell you. And here we go down into the line for Class C. Honours in Class C headed to Rob Gearing.
Give me a big smile on his face.
A little E30 going to take a victory here, buddy. There you go. How many times have we seen that in the past? Checkered flag out for Rob Gearing, winning Class C.
And Hein keeps Ryan behind him, so good job over there. I was wondering how much if he sustained damage in that little incident with Jan Everstein, but he's able to keep it together and keep that on for is that second in Class C.
Okay, it's a difficult weekend. The first round, we had problems with the car. We've done some stuff. It needs a setup, so we've sorted some of it out. For the second race, it was better. But then in about lap 5, it just stopped, the gearbox stopped changing. It wouldn't change gear, so I was stuck in third gear. So it was not my weekend, but I don't complain. That's racing. I had a good year last year, so I'm still happy and I'm still carry on racing. Thank you.
So yeah, that was a really dramatic race too. Actually loved it. A bit of an incident off the line. So I started fourth and I managed to get up to second by turn 2, which was really cool. Hein was getting away from me and I basically went, I'm not as quick as he am. Let's see if he can look after his tires. And well, mine lasted better than his did. Let's just say that. So I think by the end, both of us had nothing, but it was a really great race and happy to be part of the M Performance Parts race series.
This car was restored by Evolution 2 Motorsport. Alex Epnich. We've got a Porsche, otherwise known as a Volkswagen.
Why did you
making noise.
jumpstart me?
Because it was the only way I was going to pass you. To be honest.
Your car's fast.
You're a gentleman. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll take my 1 minute penalty. That's fine. It was a fun race. But most of all, it's a real honor to drive this car. It's got a lot of history. It was a South African champion in 1986. All you need to do is go on YouTube and see Tony Viana chasing Willie Hepburn in the Sierra V8, with Ben Morgenroot in the Mazda RX-7, having epic dices. And so for us, it's just an honor to recall that past, pay tribute to these three drivers, and I should say they're driver preparers or preparer drivers. That doesn't exist anymore in this world, where you'll see a guy prepare his car, tow it to the track, take it off the trailer, and then go and win a race and a championship on behalf of a manufacturer. And that's what Tony and Willie and Ben Morgenroot and a number of others did. But I remember them in particular because that was the time that I was racing as well in Group 1. So a big privilege for us to have this car in our team and a massive honor to be able to drive it, or try to.